In the meantime, worse than thought. That is how the head of the U.S. government agency that was hacked described the attack. The FBI says 18 million people may have been affected by the recent breach, 4 times as many as previously thought. With me now, cybersecurity expert Tim Eades from Vancouver CEO. Tim, some sources telling us the number could go as high as 30 million. What are the chances this is the final number, because it's moved higher twice?
I think it's very hard to see this. The final number is 18, because you can't protect what you can't see. Clearly, the types of protection mechanisms that are available today are not being deployed in the old infrastructure that some of the government and large organizations have. So, you can't protect what you can't see, like I said, and they don't know where the bad guys got in and where they went. So this is just the start.
So it's just the start. After that 30 million figure that we heard from another security expert, you think it could even be higher?
It's really hard to tell. I mean, they don't know. So, I mean, the way to look at it is like a submarine, right? Submarines were built with warfare in mind. So when the water got into one part of the submarine, it doesn't propagate around and can't sink the submarine. But the data centers that have been built, largely predate cyber. So when in the land, sea, and air, now is land, sea, air, and cyber, the bad guys get in. And these data centers are not built for warfare. So the bad guy got in, he got anywhere. So it's very difficult to know how far and how deep this went.
So, Tim, as far as how companies and government in this case can protect themselves, I mean, we heard these details. It's not just former workers. It's not current workers. It's even people who applied for jobs.
Right. Yeah, I mean, well, 43% of all North American companies were breached last year. So what you have to do is you have to start looking at what new products can fight this new war. Because the one thing is for sure, the old products doing it the old way is clearly not working. So you have to fight the new war with new weapons. And the good news is, I mean, there's actually a bit of a light here. The good news is that you can start to use new types of products with new architectures and do it in software, so you can deploy things quicker and get some of this protection in place. But you've got to move, and you've got to start doing things differently.
Okay, doing things differently. Today we saw the director of the OPM, which essentially is the government, the part of the government that was hacked in this case, arguing for the administration to make a budget for, let's say, an additional $21 million, saying the money is critical to protecting data from the adversaries that the U.S. faces. Is that enough money? If you were controlling the budget, what would you allot?
So I think 21 is a good start, is what I would say. I think you've got to really look at a strategic investment in how to do this over the long haul. This can't be dependent on any particular administration. And you have got to see that cyber is a new critical investment. And 21 is a start. I would make sure that you get it right. So maybe you give it a little bit more room. But 21 is a start. But you've got to do it.
Okay, you've got to do it. Tim Eades, thank you so much for joining us, the CEO of Varmor, with us there on his take on this expanding hack.